I have gotten a ton of feedback that my video all about how I organize my photography business using Asana has been super helpful. So today I thought I would take you behind the scenes of how I organize my marketing content as a creative small business owner using Asana as well. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth onto this board. As a quick overview, I have a couple of different boards on Asana. One is kind of my place to keep my business projects. I have one that helps me keep track of where all of my clients are in the process of their weddings or portrait shoots as a wedding photographer and now a brand photographer. And I have one that I call my marketing map. So that houses all of my content creation. So first things first, I have one kind of list, and I'll show you this in board format. I have one list that kind of has just information and to-dos for me, so I can kind of bring and dump anything on here, and just have information listed in this list. And then I do have a templates list as well. So I reference the templates list all the time. So I have a couple of different templates that I love to use. My first template that I use all the time is what I call my copy bank. So this is where I keep different like story ideas and like ideas of content that I want to create. And I have them broken out. So I have specific content buckets that I usually have my marketing content fall under. So you can see them listed here. So if I have an idea for a piece of content, usually I'm going to keep it like stored under one of these kind of tabs. And so I can easily check off the ones that I've already done, and I know which ones I haven't already done. So for example, biz scheduling, I currently have 2 ideas in here. So these are 2 things that I could create content around within that category. I also store really great things like email hooks and subject lines that I can use. So I'm never starting from scratch. I always pull from my copy bank. Even for like calls to action, I have a whole list of ones that I can use. So I never am like trying to create any of my content from scratch. So that's one of the templates that I use all the time. And then here I have templates for the specific types of content that I create. So here is my like podcasting and YouTube video template. I have one for any content that's solely just written. I have templates for any of the blog posts that I'm doing for my brand photo shoots or for my weddings as well. So you can see how I have different templates here for that. So I do work with a VA. So these are all of like the pieces of content that my VA needs to schedule out. But before I had a VA or a virtual assistant, I used to do all of this work by myself. So basically, I would have it kind of broken into a couple of different sections. So I would have ones for me to kind of like edit and schedule out, ones that I still needed to write and record. And then I also have specific lists for my email list content that goes out, Instagram posts, and YouTube and blog posts are kind of now the same thing. But I love being able to see all of my content by the different types of platform that they're on. So that's why I have kind of these lists as well. But usually when I'm creating a longer piece of content, what I'm going to do is go here and I am going to just simply duplicate the task for the type of content that it is. So if I'm creating a new podcast episode or a YouTube episode, I would just duplicate this task, rename it to be organizing my marketing content using Asana. Business owner. I make sure that the assignees are the same as the task, the template task. So I would create this, and so it creates a copy of this, and then I would put this down into the Manali to write and record. So from here, I kind of use this checklist that it's like building out currently to make sure that I do all of the different steps to get this piece of content out to the world. That's a quick look into how I use my marketing map on Asana. The really cool thing about this is that you can also like assign due dates. So say I want this to go out in 2 weeks, I can just assign the due date here. It's great to be able to hand off like specific tasks to a virtual assistant. And you can see a calendar view of everything here. So as you can see, I just assigned that to be due on August 2nd, and it shows up on the calendar view. And something that I also do, if you hit Tab T, you can create like custom labels. So I could tag this as like needs to film, or if it's complete and I finished it, I can tag it as complete and I can kind of see that it's green. So I have a very good overview of what all content I need to create, what content I still need to kind of like plan and get on the calendar, and just a very good overview of everything that's going out content wise in my business. So this helps me really plan ahead of time. So if I scroll back up, let's see. April, you can see how this looks a little crazy, but every single Tuesday I had a podcast interview that was going out. And as you can see, every single podcast interview had an associate email that was going out to my email list. So this is tagged as email, and you can see the exact copy that I would want to have in that email. And here you can see that it's marked complete because I already like sent out that email to my email list. And then I would also keep track of just like different Instagram post ideas that I would have and kind of start typing out the captions for that as well. So here you can see that it's supposed to be a reel. I had the caption all typed out here, ready to go. So I only had to like film and edit the reel and then just copy paste this caption into there. And then I would personally, for Instagram, tag it in different ways. So again, you can see this is a reel. This is marked as complete because this was in the past and I already published it. But when I was planning out captions, planning out Instagram posts, I would tag it as need an image and a caption if I just had an idea, or if I had written the caption, then I would tag it as need an image if I already had the caption but I didn't have an image, or the other way around as like need a caption if I already had an image associated with it. And then as soon as it was published, I would just tag it to complete. And so that was like a very easy way for me to see, pretend this one wasn't complete and this needed a image and a caption. So like if there was no caption here, or this one, so complete was need caption only. It was like very easy for me to see from an overall view with the little colors here. You see how this is yellow and this is red. This is their first color will kind of come up. So I would easily be able to see from a month at a glance, see, okay, I need to like really work on this Instagram post to make sure I have an image and a caption. This one I already have in image for, but I just need a caption. And so it's very easy for me to really visually see what content was good to go, what content I still needed to work on a weekly basis. So just to give you a bit of an idea, every single month, I'm just going to go ahead and tag this as complete so it's done. Every single month, I will kind of go ahead and schedule out specific like ideas for each of my like days that I'm putting content out. And then every single month, I would start to make sure that I first had images for everything, and then I would go in and start typing out the caption. And every single week, I would make sure that all of my captions were good to go and that everything had been scheduled out. So that's a quick look at how I use my marketing map on Asana to organize my content schedule as a creative entrepreneur. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram at Manali Sontake if you want to follow along for more business tips and advice. And I would love to have you follow along on here on YouTube and the podcast by hitting subscribe and clicking the bell so you get a notification every single time there's a new video. But let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you want me to create a video on anything that's kind of related on how I use Asana within my business, and I will catch you guys in the next one.